Hey everybody, welcome to the first All Hands podcast of 2018. This is our 9th podcast. I am Squire Sean, and with me is Squire Onyx.
Hey.
And Squire Rudy.
Hola.
Squire Matt is not here today.
He's going to stay a Squire forever.
And he will be a Squire for a long time.
Loser.
If you're wondering what Squires are, well, we'll talk about that at the end. We got a big year planned this year. We are still having our studio built, in the process of building.
Yeah. It literally is being
It
built.
is being built as we speak.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully this may be one of the last podcasts, if not the last podcast before that happens. Maybe one more.
Yes.
We'll see.
Who knows?
We've got some new meta games that we're going to be doing in addition to our forecasting event. The Squire stuff may be a part of that. We'll see. We're going to be doing some new video series this year. We may even add some new faces to the roster.
Ooh.
So that'll be
You guys
pretty
have
cool.
full-on beards. I just realized that.
Yeah, we sure do.
Yeah.
Man,
Don't be jealous, man. Just
I
because you
can't
can't
grow
grow
a
it.
beard.
I know.
The most I get is a goatee.
Yeah.
TGR.
You're so Hispanic.
We're also going to be revamping our website.
Yes. Oh, man.
So very excited for that. And in fact, at the time this video is posted, there you'll be able to see some new stuff up there that we'll have posted. And this is going to be our 1-year anniversary coming up, February 28th.
Holy crap, has it been a year?
It's been a year.
Almost,
Wow.
A
That's
year
fine.
of the Gaming Résumé, a year of TGR. So that's going to be a big milestone.
It took me that long to grow this.
As you can see, we're in yet another new locale that we have not filmed in before. So we may get some interruptions. If you see a quick cut,
Life.
Whatever.
We'll
life.
make it work.
You might hear my kid. It's fine.
But it's all good. I've got everything printed out today, so we're starting the year off right. I can shuffle papers on my leg. And I feel
like we're on the Daily Show.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's kick things off with an icebreaker. So it's 2018. We're moving forward. We're looking forward. We got a lot of amazing games coming out this year. But before we finish with 2017, we've already discussed our favorite games of 2017. You can check out our Game of the Year award coverage. But I want to talk about what were the games that we didn't like from 2017, specifically for this icebreaker. What is the worst game you guys played last year? And that's not to say it was a bad game, necessarily, but just what was the worst one?
You want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. Probably a very unpopular opinion. 2 stuck out the most. One was one of the Switch's launch library, Super Bomberman R. I wanted that game to be awesome because I loved Bomberman. Grew up on Bomberman. It just wasn't as good as it could have been. The story, I don't even want to talk about the story.
It had a story?
It had a
Yeah,
story.
I didn't even know that.
It's pretty irrelevant. It was very cookie cutter. The gameplay was fun, but just something didn't click. And I think it had to do with the options for multiplayer. It was kind of limited in compared to other Bomberman games with like the power-ups and things like that. And then the unpopular one would be, the unpopular opinion would be Horizon. I wouldn't say it's a bad game. It's just one that I had such a hard time putting back into the PS4. Like, I just recently put it in there just to see how HDR looked. And then I played for like 30 minutes and I'm like, I don't want to play this anymore. It looks so pretty, but I just can't get into where the story's going, even though the gameplay is fun. The gameplay is fine. It's just, I don't know, something about it just didn't click with me.
So one of our 5 Game of the Year nominees.
I didn't
is on your worst play.
Hey, I didn't vote for it. Yakuza 0 would have been there.
You could.
That's true.
So, but out of the 2, which one would you say is the worst?
Between those 2, I played more Bomberman R.
Okay. Touche.
So,
You heard it here, folks. Stop listening to our podcast.
Yes, that's
It's okay. We still love you, Squire Onyx.
Yeah.
Rudy, what was your worst game?
Mario Kart 8! I'm totally joking.
I was going to say, another nominee on our Game of the Year list.
I'm totally joking.
Oh, boy.
So before we even started recording, we went ahead and we looked at our list of nominees and all the games that we played. And I will be honest, that was the first thing that went to my mind. But when I actually looked at everything, Destiny 2 was the biggest disappointment that I played this year. And let me just be frank, my PS4 Day 1 edition died this year, so I went ahead and I bought a Pro. It just happened to come with it. If it didn't come with it, I probably wouldn't have gotten it.
Yeah.
And I could list like a whole bunch of things that are wrong with the game, but without getting too deep into it, it's literally Destiny 1 reskinned. And
really?
It's literally Destiny 1. There's microtransactions, which I freaking hate.
Yeah.
They went ahead and they openly said that, hey, you know, the holiday stuff that we have going on, like, you have like no real chance of getting it. It isn't like Overwatch, even though I don't like Overwatch as well. But you know, Destiny 2 is a huge disappointment.
I saw they were throttling experience points if you were playing the game.
Yeah,
a lot.
dude.
That is ridiculous.
It's freaking nuts. Like, the way that it's set up is, I don't know if you guys played Destiny 1, but like, once you hit that level cap, which I believe is 20, your experience bar will still continue to fill up, and at the end of that, you'll get an engram, and you'll be able to kind of like turn that in and get stuff with it. But once they start throttling it, it's kind of like,
it takes forever, huh?
WTF. So, biggest disappointment for me, Destiny 2.
Was there a loot cave?
No.
Oh, like
yeah, automatic disappointment there.
Oh, did it have
The best
a glitch?
part of Destiny 1, the loot cave.
Seriously.
Hours and hours standing in front of that thing.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I gotta do mine. The most disappointing game, the worst game I played, was probably Lego Worlds. As a
about that.
big Minecraft fan, I was like, I need something else. And I was looking at Dragon Quest Builders, but I ended up going with Lego Worlds, thinking, it's Lego. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And the Lego games are usually pretty good.
Solid,
Yeah.
But this one, what you could call a story was not... It didn't need it, so they should have taken that completely out of it. And there was just a lot of bugs falling through the floor and glitching and camera issues, especially when you're in underground and caves and stuff. And it was very unpolished.
That sucks.
It could have been a lot of fun,
but
it wasn't.
I actually just finished buying like my first Lego game, Star Wars Episode 7. Freaking love it, man.
Yeah, they're cute.
They're awesome. They're
Yeah.
hilarious too. A lot of the slapstick humor.
Yeah, was not in this game. Was not in Lego Worlds. I mean, there is some slapsticky stuff, but you could tell the game needed a lot of work. It was in early access for a while, and then I think they finally just said, "Oh, there's a lot of people playing this. Let's just release it officially."
That
and
sucks.
at least that's my speculation. I don't have anything to back that
Then it was
up,
cheaper
but
than most games, wasn't it? Wasn't it a little bit cheaper?
it was like $20 or $30. So I mean, it was a budget title.
Yeah.
But
that isn't an excuse for
but
such
no,
fake.
so was Hellblade.
So is Minecraft.
Yeah, and Hellblade too. That was a $30
Minecraft
game.
is awesome.
Granted, Minecraft is now a $1 billion business, but
Yeah, well.
They use Minecraft to teach children, like, what is it, economic systems and stuff like that in like other countries. Yeah.
wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Really?
So, and irrigation systems like agriculture and stuff. They use Minecraft for this. That's incredible.
Minecraft is
Something else.
not one of the most disappointing games that I've ever played.
Ever.
No, not at all.
All right, so we're gonna move on. Let's discuss this week's month's podcast gaming resume.
Hey.
We changed things up from how we've done this before. So I've got some information about the game here that we'll read through. So we're not going to do cover letters anymore.
Yeah.
Those were a little too cringeworthy.
They were
too many puns.
Yeah.
So I'll just kind of spit
Bad
out
puns.
some information about the game. We can talk about the coverage that we've seen, and then I've got 3 recurring questions that we're going to answer every time we do a gaming resume segment. So this is how we're going to do it from now on. So this podcast resume is for Dragon Ball FighterZ or Dragon Ball
Nice.
FighterZ.
Pretty
Not
sure
sure how you
it's
pronounce it.
Fighters.
Fighter.
This game is being developed by Arc System Works, whose last game was Double Dragon 4,
Oh, no.
which did not do very well.
That was not.
But that's not even a fighter. Okay, let's go.
It's being published by Bandai Namco Entertainment.
Cool.
It's a single-player game, multiplayer game, fighting game.
It's a fighter, yeah.
It's a fighter. Is being released January 26th, 2018 in the U.S. I think it's a couple days before or after in Japan. Actually, I think the U.S. date's the worldwide release date, and then I think Japan's got a different day. And it's being released on Windows, PS4, and Xbox One. No Switch announcement yet, but it'll probably get there.
Xenoverse 2 did really well on Switch, so they'll probably...
Yeah, maybe once the 64 gigabyte game cards come out.
Did they say it was a limitation?
It's delayed. It's delayed. The production is delayed.
Oh, the cards?
Yeah, of the cards.
Gotcha.
So, Onyx, tell me a little bit about this game, from what you know about it.
God, man.
Are you excited? I can't tell.
Yeah, it's the dream come true for Dragon Ball fans. Even though I fell off of the bandwagon, I don't even watch Super. It's what we always wanted. It looks amazing, like just graphically.
What is it about the graphics that
it looks
are different
like,
from other Dragon Ball games?
Well, think about like the Budokai games, for example, which were the first like bigger titles in the West.
Mm-hmm.
They were just 3D, so they were polygonal. This is still 3D. It's actually using really cool visual tricks because it's Unreal Engine 4, and it is 3D models, but they made it look like just 2D. So it looks very authentic to the anime, and a lot of the recreations of popular scenes from the show look really, really solid. They look just like the anime, just of course, just 60 FPS and all that stuff.
It's 60 frames per second?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I mean, that's what FPS stands for, but...
Yeah. Well, I would hope somebody knows.
Yeah.
Somebody watching.
I didn't realize it was 60. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're going in. This is going to be a really good-looking game, and it's going to be fast-paced. It's Arc Systems work, and if you've never played any other prior games, minus Double Dragon 4, I mean, you got Guilty Gear under the resume, which is a big series. You've got Blaze Blue. They did the Persona Fighters, and they're making a new one.
They're making a new... I had it written down, but I crossed it off. The crossover.
Yes, Persona, Guilty Gear, and I think Blaze Blue, right? I think all three of them.
It's Blaze Blue cross something or other.
Yeah, I think it's all their major
franchises
and the Persona characters.
Yeah.
So they have a big pedigree under their belt, and this game looks to be a major contender for that Marvel vs. Capcom-like seat. People are saying this might actually be better than Infinite.
So this plays like Marvel... Well, that shouldn't be too hard, but this plays like Marvel vs. Capcom?
Absolutely.
So it's your 3 fighters, you swap in...
Swap out.
Swap out.
Yep. And it just has a Dragon Ball skin on top of it, so it just looks like it's going to be fan servicey, but at the same time not just riding nostalgia. It looks like it has really good systems in place. I've watched a lot of the major YouTubers that are like fighting game aficionados, and they all love it. I mean, they've broken down like specific characters, how their specials combine with others, and their supers. It looks like a damn good game.
So Rudy, speaking of characters, what are some of the characters that you know of that are going to be in this game?
Oh, that I know are going to be in this game?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they did like a highlight reel during the introduction, didn't they?
All of them, dude.
Pretty much everybody. I mean, you have all the androids. You have pretty much any bad guy. Cell, Majin Buu.
All of them. Even characters from Super.
Yeah.
They have new characters that are like for the game only.
So this is...
So they have Android...
16, 17, 18.
20, if there is a 20, I don't even know.
Who is the new Android?
I forget. I think 18. No, not 18.
It's not 16, 17, or 18. Is it
Is it
Android?
19?
It might be 19.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that's not written here.
Well, it's okay.
It's okay, man. We're only human.
But I know the new character
This
is...
is from Wikipedia, so... Fail internet.
Yeah. But it just looks good.
It does. It is beautiful. I remember when we saw like the first announcement.
Yeah,
of that,
during the Xbox conference.
We were like, "Holy guacamole! This
looks really cool.
Looks amazing."
And then I saw the Arc Systems Work logo, and I'm like, "Wait a second, hold on! This is actually a good fighting game." Okay, cool. We're in.
Well, then let me... I think we've pretty much covered all there is to cover. It's a fighting game with Dragon Ball Z characters, and it looks amazing.
With good mechanics.
What about this game gets you hyped?
Just the idea that it's going to be a really good 2D fighter. I like those kind of games a lot, especially playing a lot of the Blaze Blue, a lot of the Guilty Gear, and the Persona. The Persona fighters are really, really good, and I got into them a lot with my brother. So I'm just looking forward to doing the same thing here. Like I actually really want to take it a little serious, get really good at the game, and who knows, maybe if there's like local tournaments or something, I would totally You got to try those. Oh yeah, they're fun. It's fun to get around with a group of people and just hype.
Game.
Yeah,
that's legit, man. Yeah, that's legit.
What about you, Rudy?
So the last Dragon Ball game that I actually played was Budokai 3.
Which one? 3?
3
was good.
And well, I had all 3 of them.
Yeah.
But 3 was like it left a lasting impression.
They got it right.
It was awesome.
They got it
right. So I'm pretty stoked to actually like get a chance to even play it. I'm not a huge fighter game guy by any means. Like I think the last fighter that I may have picked up was like Street Fighter 4, which is still good.
Yeah, it's a
but
good team.
I'm not into the whole Marvel versus Capcom scene, though it is a fun game and I don't take it too seriously. Tekken, on the other hand,
Tekken, man.
Like
which gets me hyped for Soul Calibur 6.
Oh my god!
But what gets you hyped for Dragon Ball?
I'm sorry, we're totally like derailing this. But no, as far as that, I mean, all the characters in one place, awesome systems. Graphically, it is like playing the anime. Yeah. Like the visuals behind it.
There's awesome environments.
I think I would agree. I think that's the biggest draw of this game is that the flash and the substance, it's all like you're watching the cartoon.
Yeah.
It's basically like
Cuphead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that. It's like Cuphead but for
Dragon Ball fans. Yeah. Like it's so cool.
And they are pulling in some characters that aren't normally in these things. Like you've got Captain Ginyu that you can play as, and he's got the entire Ginyu force like backing him up, so they like fly in and do stuff.
Yeah.
You got Nappa in this game.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. You need more Nappa.
And the Cybermen are helping him out.
Yeah.
You've got your typical Piccolo and Krillin, but they've got Tien and Yamcha and Yatsu.
Dude.
Tien's got Chaozu helping him out. It's like, wow, they're actually picking some pretty good folks, not just the typical Gohan, Vegeta, Goku, and Frieza, Cell, Boo. Like they're throwing in some C tier, I guess. Characters.
Literally, like almost every character's in here.
I think it's pretty cool. You can play as Android 16 straight up.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, doing that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So
I hope Tien has a super where Chaozu sacrifices himself. I really do.
Well, they said I read that if you defeat certain characters with certain characters, at the time that happens when the match ends, it recreates scenes from the anime.
Yeah.
What?
So maybe
I had no idea.
So maybe if you defeat Nappa or Nappa defeats Tien.
Maybe that'll happen.
Spoiler alert, I guess, if you haven't seen the first
25 years ago,
You see Chaozu like explode and Tien's arm breaks off.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, they and I've seen some of the scenes on YouTube and they look so good. Like they show when Krillin dies by Frieza, Goku turning Super Saiyan, and that leads to the fight. I was like, oh,
that's
this
pretty
is so
cool.
cool.
That is awesome.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be great, even if you don't like the music.
Well, so speaking of not liking the music, what are some things that worry you about this game?
If I'm being frank, honestly, the only major thing would be that if I haven't heard it yet, but if it's not as deep as it could be, the Persona fighting games, as fun as they weren't as like deep as Guilty Gear or Blaze Blue. However, those games are actually ridiculously complex, so maybe it's a good thing. But just based on that, I would say that's the only worry that I have, honestly. Everything else looks like a really good deal. So,
yeah. What about you, Rudy?
Honestly, I have like such a backlog.
Yeah.
And it's like Dragon Ball FighterZ, Nier.
Dragon Ball FighterZ or
Persona 5.
Dragon Ball FighterZ or Monster Hunter World, which comes out literally the same day.
Wait, what?
They come out the same day. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard for me.
So
we're kind of almost bleeding into the third question, but we'll get there in a minute.
So about that. If it's like a quick, like you can just go in, maybe do like a couple matches here and there, and knock it out, then whatever. But at the same time, like if you can do the same thing with Monster Hunter.
And that's the thing. It's also by you said yourself that you like your fighters, but you're not really that into them. So if you don't see yourself spending, like an hour in the training room getting combos out so you can do that stuff.
I see myself being more into Nier or Persona 5 or Dragon Ball FighterZ. Granted, like I'm late to the game, guys. Like I'm super late. All this stuff I got on Black Friday. Yeah. Plus I was in Europe for 2 months. But at the end of the day, like where am I going to invest my time?
Yeah,
You know,
I get it.
If you want to like this guy and get more, I guess, skilled when it comes to the game itself, so that you can go ahead and go into tournaments and stuff, then maybe you would want to go ahead and take that over. But again, Monster Hunter, man.
I mean, yeah.
I'm stoked for Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Without getting too deep into it, but I mean, yeah.
So you're more concerned with your personal.
My personal,
being
like
able to
the game itself. I'm not worried about.
You're not worried about the game.
No,
at all?
dude, it looks polished.
Yeah,
I mean,
Okay.
even the music, which
let's bring this up.
Okay,
let's talk
all right.
about this.
Okay.
So when I first saw some real good battle footage of this game, it had some stock guitar rock and roll riffs, and I'm just like, what is this crap? Where's my Dragon Ball Z music? And I was like, I don't know. But then they released that trailer that had We Are Angels, the ending theme from the Boo saga. And I'm like, heck yes, thank you. That's what I've been looking for, is music from the series. Really quick side note, I was such a huge Dragon Ball Z nerd in high school. Senior year, we were able to put senior quotes in our yearbook.
Oh, Lord.
And I did a quote it was a lyric from that song was my quote. I forget which, it was something about, we'll make this world a paradise again, or something really stupid, and I completely regret doing it now. But
no, it's awesome.
I would have regret.
But I was
Dragon Ball Z on my senior yearbook.
It was really silly. But I was like, yes, they're putting the music in. And then they released the intro to the game, which it was just, here's some random footage with people's names, and here's that same stupid guitar. So I am very worried about the music, because I need good music to... It's not even good music. It was just royalty-free, you found it on Google type guitar riffs.
I mean,
it was not
honestly,
good.
If you really get into the game, you're not even going to be thinking about it. It's going to be so, the sound effects, the voice overs, all that's going to take over. The music is literally...
For him, it's
just...
immersion.
You know how music can immerse you in a game. And
you probably won't hear it. If I'm comparing it to just older Arc System Works, even the Persona games, which actually had really good music, because they took music from the games and remixed them into, fighting music style music. Fighting game music, whatever.
Yeah.
Even then, when I was playing it, I it's just the music comes back once the KO comes up, and that's when there's the music, because it's so loud, so much happening on screen.
I mean, I get the need. I mean, there's not a lot of fast-paced type music in the Dragon Ball series, so I get it. But they could have done better. And what I'll probably end up doing is putting the music down to nothing, and then just putting one of my Dragon Ball Z CDs on, and just having that blast while I'm playing the game.
You'd be surprised, though. Who knows? Maybe the music that they've shown isn't as good, but maybe when you play it, it's there's something really cool.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm also worried, like you said, about the depth of not the combat, but just the systems that are also there. I think there's a story mode.
Yeah.
There is a story mode. So there'll be that to play through, but then you just pick up the gameplay and you're done. Which is fine.
I mean, it's a fighter.
If the combat's really in depth and you have a lot to do. But I think of games like Soul Calibur, where there's a world map and you can unlock weapons and you can improve weapons. Which I'm not saying this game needs to have that specifically.
No.
But when you have fighters that include those things, like Smash Brothers has all these unlockables and all these different modes. If this game is just here's 2 or 3 modes and that's it. I don't know.
I don't know how deep the single player will be, but they did mention they have a system where you can collect Dragon Balls, and if you have them all,
that is true. Yep.
It'll do something in the fight. It could revive a character or give you your whole health, things like that. So I don't know if that's part of the single player. I don't know if you do this fight, collect a Dragon Ball for doing this fight kind of thing.
I think that is part of the general combat.
Yeah.
It features, it's called Come On Shenron.
I love Shenron.
It allows players to gather the Dragon Balls one by one as the fight progresses, using special moves and combos, and once you have all 7 of them, Shenron appears, granting you a wish. You can increase your strength, revive a fallen ally, recover your health, or increase resistance to damage.
And I hope that's optional, because that would be a terrible system to have in a tournament setting, where it's supposed to be just skill.
Yeah, skilled.
Yeah. But still, whatever. I think...
Maybe there's a way to turn it off.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned earlier, though, if you don't find the fighting to be the reason you play the game, then yeah, it probably wouldn't be for you. Because like I said, I see myself going into a training room with my brother, maybe perhaps, and just kind of like, hey, we can do this. What kind of combos can you do out of that? And then taking that into the matchmaking, and seeing how well I do and things like that. If you don't see yourself doing that and that being the drive to play the game, then yeah, you probably get a few hours out of it.
Fair enough. I think a lot of people who are really into fighting games, that's all they want. They just want a really good fighter. They don't need all these other systems.
Yeah.
I'm more of a casual fighter
genre
playing person, so
yeah.
That's why I need those things. But that's okay.
That's why we need a TGR fighting day.
So, we will have one this year.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
We will.
Okay, good.
We'll do some intramural tournaments.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So last question: is this a day one purchase? Yes or no?
No. For me, no.
I think my household will have it. If I had to choose between that and Monster Hunter World, because they're coming out the same day, I'd probably just go for World. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be playing both the same day. At least touching them, because World is gonna.
I like you guys.
World is gonna take me by storm. So.
I think even if World wasn't coming out, I probably would not get this on day one. I feel this is a $30 game for me, not $60. I'm gonna wait until it goes on sale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Not knocking the game. I still think the game's gonna be good, but
it's not a full day one $60.
It's not a day
one.
one. Not putting the cash down. Not yet.
Yeah, I'd rather invest in a Monster Hunter World, for sure.
Do you guys have any closing comments on Dragon Ball FighterZ?
Come on, Shenron!
Come on, Shenron!
I can't wait. It's gonna be a great game.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was our gaming resume. That's our new format. So we'll refine it as we go forward. But hope you liked that.
Good.
All right. Time for my favorite segment. Team building exercise. I love this part. Okay, so
I gotta pee.
You gotta pee?
Yeah. Can we cut?
And we will be right back after a short intermission. Onyx is going pee.
Onyx is gonna go pee.
He's peeing while we're on the intermission.
This is so lame.
But he is not.
No, he is. He's a loser.
And we're back from the intermission. You feeling better, Onyx?
Absolutely.
Okay.
6 ounces lighter?
About.
There's all that coffee you chugged.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
Bottle of water.
All right, so now we're going to do our team building exercise. This is a really, really fun segment that we do here on the podcast. I love these things. You guys have no idea what we're about to play. I do.
No,
It's going to be so much fun. I love these so much. This is my favorite part
It's kind of scary.
of these podcasts.
A little nerve-wracking.
All right, so a few podcasts ago, Rudy, you weren't here for it, but we did a best of 2010s tournament.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we took the top 2 games from every year in the 2010s.
That's right, Last of Us.
And, that was where Last of Us got outed in the first round. So we're going to do that again.
Okay, Last of Us wins.
But this time it's the best of the 2000s.
Oh my god.
2000 to 2009.
No, what? That's
PS2, PS3 era
PS2,
now.
PS3.
Yeah, so here's what I did.
Literally, like...
And Xbox One,
the OG
The
Xbox.
OG Xbox, the GameCube is on there.
Literally, you got Melee,
PS2,
and you have Brawl.
PS2 and 3.
N64?
No.
N64
Wasn't
was
that
dying.
2000?
N64 was
I don't
dying.
think there's any N64 games on... You will find out.
Okay,
we'll
all
through the
right,
list.
all right, let's get
let me get through the rules here.
Dude, 2001.
Let me get through the rules. So what
God.
I did, I went on Metacritic, and you can sort by year.
Okay.
So I went from 2000 to 2009, and I
Okay.
took the top 2 games. Now, there were some years where the top 2 games had tied scores with some other games, so I took the creative liberty of selecting 2 of them.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Those are some good years in gaming, man.
So-
Because it has 2007.
There's 20 games total, and typically in a tournament you need 16. So this is how we're going to do it. There's 2 different conferences. There's a conference that has your typical 16 games, so we're going to do Conference A first.
Okay.
Full 16 games. And then there's a Conference B, and those 4 games got lucky, so they don't have to fight in as many rounds. There's only 4.
Okay.
We're going to do Conference A first,
Yeah.
then we'll do Conference B, and then the winners of those conferences will go on to see who can become the best of the 2000s. The way I seeded this was by alphabetical order, based on the title of the game.
Cool.
And the way I chose what went into Conference B is I took the top game, once I sorted all 20 games by alphabetical order, the top game and the bottom game, and then the 2 games in the middle.
Okay.
Those are B Conference. Everything else got reseeded 1 through 16, and that's how we're going to do it.
Sweet.
So, everybody, the 3 of us, each get 1 boost. Just 1. We're not doing 3
you
or
can
4.
only use it once.
I'm pretty sure you used 4 when we did our last podcast. I've been trying to count them, and every time, I think you used 4 when you should have had 3.
Cheater.
So something happened. We weren't paying attention. We went a little overboard. On that last podcast.
It was so off rail.
Yeah, really.
It was very off rail. You can only use your boost in Conference A. You can't use it in Conference B or the finals. And you can only use it in rounds 2 or 3 of Conference A.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And the reason for that is because I already know the matchups of the games. I didn't want to be able to do a boost. I want you guys to see what the games are first before using your boost. But you can only use it in the second round or the third round of Conference A. And I'll remind you guys, so when we get to the final round of Conference A, boosts are gone. Can't use them.
No more boost.
And only one boost may be used per battle. So if you use a boost and then you try to use your boost to counter his, but you can't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We only get 1 boost each anyway.
1 boost each.
All right.
Okay.
All right. And you don't have to use it. Those are the rules. Okay, so I've got all the games listed here. We don't have note cards this time, so I'm just gonna read them off to you. Now, what we'll do for this first round is I'll just give you 1 game. We'll talk about it a bit. Then I'll give you the second game. We'll talk about it a bit, and then we'll vote.
Which one goes on?
Which one goes on?
Okay.
All right, starting off with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 from 2009.
Man, you're starting with a bang.
Do you remember the countless hours we put into that?
Jesus
Me and this guy
Christ.
we had PS3. You were still on the 360 boat back then.
Loser.
And
Call of Duty Modern Warfare wouldn't be what it was today without 360. Just saying.
we got good games are good games.
Yeah.
And it was on PC as well. So
That
anyway,
is true. Regardless of the platform, it was a great freaking game.
And
was a good game.
we spent so many hours. My weapon was a TARD 21. I forget what yours was, but I know like the airport map on Modern
I used
Warfare.
the airport
I used the
map.
FAL.
Was it the FAL?
Yeah.
Like the three burst?
No,
No,
single.
it was.
Because I would 2-shot people
That's
all the time.
right. So I remember Marta was giving you crap because we played so much. She was like, "Oh, is a game? Is Modern Warfare 2
Is
time
Onyx
again?"
online?
Man, I mean, Modern Warfare 2 was a fantastic experience, and the single player was good.
They really improved upon Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare was
good.
Was brilliant. It was a fresh new take. It's gotten really stale nowadays, but back then it was like, wow. And Modern Warfare 2 took it to the next level. They did a sequel in the campaign to what was a fantastic ending to the first game. And they did a lot of unique things. Was Modern Warfare 2 the one that got in trouble for the airport scene?
Yeah.
No Russian.
The Russian, no Russian, that's right.
That was...
There were a lot of twists and turns in that campaign. It was a lot of fun. And the multiplayer, they really upped the perk system.
A lot of perks.
There were a lot of perks. There was a nuclear bomb. And
you had to get 25 kills.
Yeah.
And you just win the game. Oh my god.
There were many times that happened, and it was like, he's got 23, don't let him get... No!
Yeah, all without microtransactions.
Yeah,
not to be salty about today's games, but...
Absolutely. They had expansion passes, I remember that.
Well, yeah.
But, I mean, still, it was no microtransactions.
Yeah.
It was all within the game.
Thank you, EA.
That was, Activision. Oh, we're talking about...
No, I'm talking about today.
Oh, yeah.
Today's EA.
But, still, regardless, Modern Warfare 2...
Solid friggin' game.
Did you play as Roach or Soap in that game?
He plays both.
I think he plays both.
You start off as Roach.
And I think he gets killed, and then you take over as Soap.
And then you take over as
It's
Soap
from 2009.
from the first game. So you end up playing as Soap and Captain... What's his face?
Captain
the guy
Stash.
that wears the...
I know, yeah.
Captain Price?
Captain Price.
There you go.
Yes.
Dude, that story.
We know our Call
like
of
the
Duty.
very end when you get stabbed by the bad guy.
Yeah,
and then Captain Price is getting beat up, and you're like, press square, press square, press square.
Oh my god.
Good stuff.
That was like Metal Gear Solid 4 level of
and
like...
Metal Gear Solid 4 came out in this same thing, so
All right.
I'm sure it's on that list.
You never see it coming. All right, so Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is going up against 2000's Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Totally different game. Same publisher, mind you, Activision.
I know.
But like,
you remember like?
Did you guys play? Have you played Tony Hawk?
yes.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Fluid, flawless gameplay.
Flawless, like I'm going from an ollie to like I forget what it was
Grinding.
called. The grinding to like on the floor when you like that little like boost, and you kind of like keep doing it and
Kick
balance
flip.
it, and then jump over to more grinding.
It's been 17 years since I played this.
I got into that series up to 3, so I played 1, 2, and 3 religiously.
Yeah.
Was
3 on the
2
GameCube.
the one where they had like Spider-Man as an unlockable
I
character?
think so.
Yeah.
1 was like the
And
beginning.
you could like toss the board and like
Heck
whip sling it
yeah!
back and everything.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, good times.
I
good
mean,
times.
Trying to get that high score by just constantly doing tricks off of
even
things.
if it was like just to keep the combo going.
Yep.
Just to like because like the trick that I'm mentioning, which was like literally you kind of like just keep the skateboard
You just
like that on the floor. It barely gave you points, but it would you just do it to get from point
to keep the combo going.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It was such a perfect timed release because in the 90s skateboarding was a huge
Heck
deal.
yeah.
Oh, heck
It's
yeah.
not really
There's
so
the
much
grunge
anymore.
thing and
People
everything.
still do skateboarding, but
Yeah, no, definitely.
hitting that in 2000 was just like the perfect point.
Did the grunge rock,
and the
like-
quality of the game, it was polished.
It was. It really
That's why that
was.
was actually the number one. That was the top ranked game the year it came out.
Yeah. 2000?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's
Actually, it's
nuts.
one of the highest ranking games of all time. I think
Yeah.
I don't have it written, but I think it's got a 98 Metacritic score.
That's awesome.
What?
It's a good game. I mean, it's a
Whoa.
good friggin' game.
Yeah.
Very well built.
So how are you So between that and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which one would you guys go for?
Me, Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yeah, Modern Warfare had like Tony Hawk.
I sunk
was-
in more hours
Yeah.
into Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
Not
It's-
because I just enjoyed hanging out with you on there
Yeah.
visually, but it was a solid game.
Yeah, we played it without each other too. Like,
Yeah, I know.
like I would jump on there and just be like, I just want to play. I just
Yeah.
want to keep playing this.
Go to
game. It
free
was
for all and
addictive.
just do something or team deathmatch.
All right.
Yeah.
So Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 moves on. This next bracket's going to be extremely tough. That was the easy round. Get ready.
Wait,
ready.
do you vote at all? Or is
Yeah,
it
you didn't
just-
vote.
It moved on. Yeah.
Oh,
it
he
won.
won.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I'm yeah. All right. Also from 2000,
Shut up.
Perfect Dark.
Damn, perfect. Dark, homie. What a game. What a game. You take GoldenEye and you make it better. And not just making it better by adding more options. Like, literally, you change the whole thing.
It's
the
one of
weapons,
the most customizable multiplayer first-person shooters ever.
Ever. The bots were actually challenging. Like,
Bots were so much fun. That was the first time I ever played a 16-player FPS, even though you weren't playing with 16 actual
yeah, it was
people.
bots. Like, whatever.
Whoa. That
Dude.
door opening.
The story, like,
was really
starting off
good.
like, oh, you get to spy, then, oh, aliens, by the
Aliens.
way. What? It was actually violent. Like, and not to say that it needed to be violent to be a good game, but it kind of used that, like, it really took the mature setting into something else. Because GoldenEye, while, you shoot people and you see, like, bloodstains, this one was, it always struck to me, maybe because I was younger, but, like, when you would shoot someone, blood splatter would get on the back, like on the walls or on the floor. And that was also like, wow, the technology is pretty impressive. You need an expansion pack.
There was
For the game.
a thing where you could take a picture of your face and it would map your face onto
That's
a bot or a
right.
character in multiplayer. So
Barely
you could
used that,
You could
but-
play as you. I never had the thing, but
I think it was a Game Boy camera, I think.
Is that what it was?
I think. Because you could connect it to the 64.
yep.
Somehow. But yeah, Perfect Dark. Oh my god.
I didn't play it.
Oh, you didn't.
I was waiting. We
Wow.
never owned a 64.
I never owned a 64,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
I skipped 64. I had NES, Super Nintendo, then went straight to GameCube and Wii.
64
and then
is
Switch.
one of the great. 64. Perfect Dark's one of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, that's why they went ahead and they
But-
came out with the sequel
But
that totally
no, the
bombed.
sequel was
That's
terrible.
good.
But you know what
They
else is
remade it,
one
though.
of the greatest games of all time?
Oh.
1 year later, in 2001,
Oh, one had a lot of good games.
Halo Combat Evolved.
I didn't own an Xbox,
You did play Halo.
but I did play Halo. I
Two-
played Halo
yeah.
1 through 3.
But these are two first-person shooters
I'd
came
go
out
with
within a
Halo.
year of each other.
I
Well,
will
let's
Halo.
talk about Halo first.
Because
mean,
Halo is better. No, I don't know.
Halo
That's
had
hard. No, that's hard.
Halo's story was
Unexpected. But
unexpected.
so was Perfect Dark.
So was Perfect
though.
Darks. But Halo's
was done differently.
Halo's had a sense of isolation
Here's my
to
thing.
its
Here's my
campaign.
Thing. Halo was such an attractive and industry-changing game that
true.
it went ahead and actually attracted me to play it on a console that I didn't even own. Unlike Perfect Dark, I'm just saying from my perspective.
That's fine.
That's definitely.
That's how big Halo was.
Halo's still
in the
relevant
industry.
today.
It is.
It is.
Even though it's gotten a little.
Even though it's not as
Bungie's
good.
out and messing up their own thing.
I mean, Perfect Dark, rare in general is not what they used to be.
No,
so I don't think we're gonna see Perfect Dark.
I mean,
again.
It'd be great if they were able to bring it back, but.
Nah, I doubt it.
But Halo didn't have too many customization options.
Halo 1? No,
Halo
it was
1,
pretty
no.
basic.
It
You
was
couldn't
very
cheat,
basic.
There was no multiplayer, right? It was all LAN.
No,
No,
was.
it had multiplayer.
Oh, not online.
LAN. I mean,
Yeah, it had
I meant
LAN.
online. I'm sorry.
Not online multiplayer.
I thought
No.
online was
It did
Not through Xbox Live.
The PC re-release did, but that was
PC
like 2
re-released
years
it,
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xbox Halo 2 was the first Xbox Live
online
Halo game. I don't think it was the first Xbox
I
Live
think
game.
Halo may have been one of the where Perfect Dark was my first real big first person shooter multiplayer game. I think Halo was the first one for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Probably.
Able to connect your Xboxes like you said via LAN.
Dude,
I
I
mean,
remember
actually, 16.
You in university in college, you
Yeah.
guys
Oh,
would
yeah.
have LAN parties.
I
like,
failed a
all the
class
time.
in college because it was Halo night. I went to that class 3 times, got an F, and had to retake it. So
Jeez.
I finished with honors or an A or whatever. That's tough. I really don't know how to. We know your vote.
Yeah, Halo, so it's really down to us. I mean, like I said, Perfect. I just have such fond memories of Perfect Dark and Halo. Damn you.
This is tough. It was all by alphabet. When I saw that, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be.
That's a
This
juicy
is
one.
gonna be rough.
I think I'm gonna go Halo. Perfect Dark, and the only reason I'm going Halo, and it might be kind of cheap, but I don't care. It's the legacy of it. Because of Halo, I played Halo 3, which had some very emotional moments for me.
God, Halo 3.
So, Perfect Dark never had that. As much as I loved playing Perfect Dark, I'm gonna go for Halo just because it led to those. I mean, Halo 2 and the division that game single player had to Halo 3's culmination. Yeah.
I remember you were super salty with
Halo 2. Oh yeah, he still is.
Yeah, but that aside, so Halo's moving on. I
voted.
I think it's tough. I think campaign I would have voted Halo. Multiplayer I would have voted Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
And I think overall I probably would have voted Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually huge hearing that from you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were for a while you were the biggest Halo advocate.
Like if you put both of those games in front of me today and said we're going to have 1 million players at all times available to play these games.
You want Perfect Dark?
I think I'd play Perfect Dark.
So it's just so many options too. It's like I think Halo would run into a meta where Perfect Dark would be like you have so many different things.
And you level up. It was like Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
In multiplayer, you leveled up, and as you leveled up, you unlocked more customization
stuff,
options.
Yeah.
Mm.
Those are the kinds of systems I love in games.
Yeah.
I love unlocking things.
Yeah, but now you can
Halo
just pay
didn't
to
have that.
unlock.
Well, that's
Whatever.
I'm not salty at all.
All right, we
guys.
still got 16 games, and then we got to
Damn it, I
re-vote
wanna
on
go
all
for
this stuff.
Perfect
All right, from 2007, Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
wait, what's the other one?
Well, we'll talk about it in a minute.
Well, you two never played Galaxy.
So
I want to be the one I'm talking about.
Well, no, Galaxy. What console did it
That was on
release
the
on?
Wii.
That was
on
on
the
the
Wii.
Wii. I
was-
played 3 or 4 hours of it.
I don't even own it.
Galaxy. I like Galaxy more than Odyssey, if it tells you something. Galaxy did the music.
Wow.
Like, I mean, that was one of the first games where Nintendo was like, yo, full orchestra. Have at it.
Yeah.
It was fully orchestrated. That music was incredible. And that's the first thing, like, me and my brother always talk about it. We both played it together.
Yeah.
We booted it up. And the game starts off with a very basic music in the background, blah, blah, blah. As you start getting into the game, it's like, okay, you did your tutorial level and had nice music. And then you go to the first galaxy, and it's like, all right, pick the star you're going to go after. You pick it, and then, the music, the orchestra's like swelling up. Boots you hear da-da-da-da-da-da, telling you, like, oh, this is where the star is. And then it's silent, and you see Mario flying through the galaxy. And as soon as he lands, the orchestra swells up. Welcome to the galaxy, and then just bombards you with this like amazing ambience. I'll never forget. Literally goosebumps because me and my brother talk about it to this day. Like, holy crap, Mario! What is this? Yeah, I love that game.
Okay. We don't have too much to say about it because we didn't play it. So.
Unfortunately.
It looked pretty.
So then let's go ahead and pull out 2002's Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Oh my god.
Why are they even
They're like two completely different games.
My brother loved this game.
Dude, so did I.
I discovered Duran because of that. Vice City.
Dude, Michael Jackson, man.
Yes.
Billie Jean. Not my...
I discovered a lot of good music from the
80s.
80s.
You could ride motorcycles.
Having a mansion and
Having
parking
a
your
mansion.
helicopter on top.
Yeah.
Vice City, man.
Good times.
Oh, that's tough for me.
I'll let you guys vote on this because I really don't have a say.
You don't have
in
any
this
say
fight.
You don't have
for
a
Vice
say
City
in
either?
Vice City?
I didn't play
You
either of them.
never really got into GTA. Like
I was
that.
not a big GTA fan.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I like the open worldness of it.
Oh, it's awesome.
I initially liked look, I'm killing people. Okay, it's not fun. It's
I mean
stupid.
but that was never the point of the game.
No, it was never the point of the
wasn't.
game.
It was
but
just
like,
you had the option.
it was I was young and tee-hee, look what I'm doing.
Oh my god, I got a
okay,
prostitute in
okay.
my car and it's shaking.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This-
And then I kill her for the money that she used.
And then
Yeah.
eventually you wisen up to it and you're like, oh, that's actually,
Terrible.
yeah, why am I playing this?
I mean,
you don't
games-
play it for that. You play it for the
story,
and-
which they've gotten so good.
Oh my god, man.
But
It was one of the first sandbox games, though. That
it was the first
took-
of its kind like
took
that.
the general gaming world by storm.
Yeah, 2000.
Yeah, I mean,
So that people were
GTA
just-
3 was
In love
I
with
think
good.
It was a year before that.
but like GTA Vice City just
Vice City opened up so many
it
more
was
things.
so much bigger.
Damn, dude.
I know what I'm voting for.
You voted for Vice City.
You don't say.
Damn. This is tough for me. I love Galaxy.
So why don't you just vote for it?
Yeah, I'll vote for Galaxy.
You'll vote for. Oh, so I'm the
So it's a
tiebreaker?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's no fun because I haven't played either of those games.
Exactly. So you have unbiased. This is literally just
Yeah. Well, I am biased because I know what else is on this list. Because it's the only game I played, I'll go with Super Mario Galaxy.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Fair enough.
It's a good. I mean, that's high up there on Metacritic
But,
as well. It's not like
yeah,
98 as well,
I mean,
or like 99.
say what?
No, it's 97.
I don't.
The Metacritic?
I didn't have
You
it
didn't write
written
it down.
down.
I'm pretty sure
I'm
it's
pretty
97.
sure it's like,
because
yeah.
both it and Galaxy 2 had the same Metacritic score.
We'll keep Galaxy alive. So the next bracket, or not bracket, the next round, Grand Theft Auto 4.
Okay.
I did play this one.
So did I. Day one.
I did
Nico
not.
Bellic.
Yeah, cousin, what are you doing? Let's go bowling. Yeah, that game again, Rockstar, man. They took a very established formula, and they added so much to it, so much. The graphics, the detail to New York City at the time, or Liberty City in their universe. Yeah, GTA 4 is a good game. Never beat it, mind you. I got
I
really
didn't get
far,
far.
but that story was like actually really long. I never got around to finishing it.
Did you play 4?
No.
No.
I played 3, Vice City, skipped 4. I still have yet to get 5, though everybody's like, you have to go.
Well, yeah.
I played a lot. I've like a good 20 hours of 5.
But as far as 4, like, I mean,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see if you're feeling about 2006's The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion.
Oblivion.
Do you feel about it?
I feel about it
I
because
knew it.
It's because okay,
This was the first next-gen Elder Scrolls game.
yes.
What was the first next gen game? Period. I think. I mean, 06 was.
It came out
what,
a
the
year
360
after the 360. A
Did
year
the
or two
360
after.
come out in 05? It did come out in 05.
Yeah, and this came out in...
06.
Actually, the 360 might have come out in 04.
No, it came out in 05. 04 was Halo 2 year. So it definitely came out in 05. I remember I was graduating
Okay.
and Microsoft had their big reveal on MTV. On MTV,
Yeah,
literally
I
my
remember
my
watching
last
that.
day of high school, my friends turned on MTV and they were like Elijah Wood was presenting
Yeah,
the
I,
Xbox 360.
remember
Really?
seeing that.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'll
gosh.
never forget that. I was like, whoa, that's a new
But I think
Xbox.
they were showing Halo 2 in that also. I think they came out around the same time.
They might have shown like hey, look how it looks now,
Yeah.
pre-rendered or something, or not
Could be.
pre-rendered.
Yeah.
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 So, the first Bethesda game that I actually ever owned was Fallout 3.
That's right.
The first Elder Scrolls game that I ever played was Skyrim.
Skyrim, like everyone.
So you haven't played Oblivion.
Didn't care about
I did.
Oblivion.
I played a lot of it.
I played like a little bit of it. Like I literally started up and I was like, all right, this is cool. All right,
I
I'm
owned
gonna
it.
go back to Fallout.
It had Patrick Stewart
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember.
First
that.
person you talk to.
Yeah. Make it so. The portals, the Oblivion portals,
Yeah.
were so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
They were little mini dungeons.
they were mini dungeons, and like you get to that one at the very end where it's just this massive thing,
Yeah, never got
and
that.
you're all like, for Frodo, and you go charging in. So good. Lord of the Rings took a lot from. No, but seriously, when you're in oh gosh, what's that guy? Morag Bao, I forget his name. When you go into his world, the god's world, and it's just like all these like it looks very Lord of the Rings-ish. I feel like Lord of the Rings took a lot of their visual cues for Sauron's area from Oblivion.
How? Lord of the Rings came out 3 years before that.
No.
Lord of the Rings came out 01, 02, 03.
No.
Yes.
So Oblivion got a lot of
There we go. I'm like, you mean...
Molag Bao. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 03's Oscar was like 11 for Return of the King.
But it was, I mean, coming off of Morrowind, they made the leveling a lot better. They had that really cool like arena thing in Cyrodiil that was a lot
that was
fun.
the whole quest line.
Yeah.
The arena, your combat. Yeah.
So
I loved Oblivion.
Skyrim made a lot more improvements over Oblivion, but for its time, the visuals of Oblivion were just amazing.
Yeah, they were. The music, like the open world.
Good.
It was a good game. I mean, in hindsight, you can see how dated the mechanics are.
Yeah.
And even like a year or two later, I'm like, yeah, this game, But between that and GTA 4, I'm probably gonna go GTA 4.
I'd go with Oblivion.
I'd go with GTA 4.
Oh,
it stood the test of time better.
Boy,
and not just that. I mean, it had 2 years of development time on top of it as well. Because that was an 08 game. But yeah, GTA 4 just did more for me than Oblivion then. Sorry.
All right. Well,
So
we can't use boost yet because we're still in the.
You would have boosted.
You would have totally boosted.
Totally would have boosted. All right. So that was the first 8. Now we're going to the second 8.
Okay.
2005's God of War.
Oh, okay.
All right.
No,
It's subdued
because God of War 1, it was a good starting point for the series. It just had really basic combat. It literally had 2 bosses, or maybe 3. It didn't have very many bosses. And this was an action game in the vein of those character action games like Devil May Cry.
Yep.
Which had, I think Devil May Cry 4 came out that same year. No, it was like 2 years later. But Devil May Cry 3 came out really close to that release.
Yep.
So I played it after 3, and it was a downgrade in a sense. Not because they were the same game, but same type of game. Character action games. So I enjoyed God of War 1 for its story and its very edgy main character. But God of War 2 just did everything better. So my feelings for God of War 1 are less, oh my god.
I played I played a decent amount of God of War. I never finished it because I feel like I got to a point where it just got too hard because I hadn't gotten enough orbs, and you can't go back and grind or anything.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, for
Get
me,
good.
I guess.
yeah, pretty much. Dude, God of War is awesome. The scale of everything. I enjoy Greek mythology. It's one of the few games that actually Marta was like, oh, I'm actually enjoying this because she loves the mythology and everything. But for me, I didn't have Devil May Cry. Like, I got into Devil May Cry later on after everything was, I think it was around...
I think it was 4. Did you get into with 4? With Dante and Nero?
I think it was 4. And, like, I was like, oh, this is awesome. I need to go back and play the other stuff. So I got 1, loved Devil May Cry 1. 2, I was like, WTF, what is this? And then 3, and, obviously we all know how 4 went. Yeah. But as far as, like, that whole character fighter thing, God of War was awesome. And you're right. God of War, just, like, 2 just took the scale...
What a swan song for the PS2, because that was an 06 game.
I know, and I think it was built on the same engine. They just went ahead and
they made it look a lot better.
Yes,
a lot better.
So what's next? What's next?
It's a 2006 game.
Oh, all right, this is awesome.
God, it's God of War 2.
It's not God of War 2.
Oh, I would have
laughed. That would have been hilarious.
It's a little bit lighter
than
God of War.
Oh, I think I know what it is. What is it?
The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess, absolutely. There's no discussion there. You have Minna's, what was that song called? Minna's
Don't ask
Lament?
me, I never played it.
Oh my!
You never played
God,
Twilight Princess?
Right. No,
I know.
he dropped off Zelda on the GameCube era. I think that's when you
It
played.
was
It
also
was
on
on
the
the
GameCube.
GameCube. I owned it on the GameCube. It
Wind
was right
Waker was the
there.
last game you played.
I was gonna get it on
It's
the
right
Wii,
there.
but then I just never got it.
What I mean is, like, he dropped off after Wind Waker. That was GameCube era. So he played Wind Waker. I don't even think he beat it.
This
Did
was
you
the one
like
that-
Wind Waker? Without going too deep. Yes or
Yeah.
no? Okay, all right. So
This is the one that had like
he turned
the
into a
boar,
wolf.
the boar on the bridge.
Yeah.
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 When Zelda came back, like, with that E3 conference where Reggie's like, we got one more world to show you.
Yeah.
And you see realistic looking Zelda. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, and Miyamoto comes out with the... Oh. I mean, come on. Yeah, Twilight Princess. Absolutely. That game was a good game. If you played it today, you'd probably enjoy it.
Yeah.
Maybe not tutorial, because it was a long tutorial. But...
It was. But, yeah. I vote for Twilight.
What was your game? Oh, yeah, God of War.
God of War.
Damn.
All right, so I guess
Like,
Twilight
what?
Princess is moving on. We'll just mosey on through that one. Here's a game we all like,
Shadow of the Colossus?
coming from 2005,
No.
Resident Evil 4.
Oh, my God.
Man.
How many times have I rebought that game?
Seriously.
It's such a good game.
It is a
like,
good game.
It starts off so... This is a Resident Evil game. Oh my God, this is scary. This is like, wow, intense. Holy moly, this game is tense. And then it gets kind of goofy and like, why is this little short Napoleon dude trying to kill me? What is going on? But then it gets better. I'm like, I took that all in. I was like, this game went from like really tense to really goofy, and it works. I love Resident Evil 4. What a game.
Do you like Resident Evil 4?
Me too.
Sorry.
No, dude, it was awesome. And I had the GameCube, and like there weren't that many like adult games, so to speak, quote unquote.
No.
But the fact that it was originally a GameCube exclusive,
Capcom had 3 games exclusive to the GameCube, and that was one of them.
like, dude, nuts. And I'm sitting here like playing this, and like my mom comes in, and I'm just like, okay, switch to cable, put it on like Cartoon Network or something.
Yeah.
But
God,
dude, it was so good. And it changed a lot.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the industry as a
Third-person
whole.
shooters.
Like over the shoulder. I mean, the
Yeah.
next God of War that's coming out. Speaking of which, is that same? I know you're not in love
Yeah,
with it,
well,
but the fact of the matter is that it started there at Resident Evil 4,
Absolutely.
and I will gladly rebuy it today.
Well, then let's talk about another game. I'm going to give you a hint. Let's see if you guys can figure it out. I'm just going to give you 2 words. Tell me if you can guess it. Modem resetting.
Modem resetting?
Oh, Gears of War.
No.
Well, what is it?
2004's Halo 2.
Oh, why modem resetting? Is that a thing?
That was a big thing.
They had
two
a lot of
hackers,
issues.
It would like give like lag, right?
You would modem reset, you'd get a blue screen that had like an error message on it, and when it came back, your whole team was dead.
What?
Yeah.
Gears of War
I
did
didn't
something
play
similar.
online.
People modem reset all the time on Halo 2.
The reason I said Gears of War because you could do something similar to that. You would give like the host advantage. It was dumb.
I wasn't bringing that up
yeah.
to try and dissuade you from
No,
playing Halo 2.
No,
But,
I only played Halo 2's campaign. I didn't play any Xbox Live stuff because I didn't own the Xbox.
The campaign was...
It was good. It was a good campaign.
It was a good campaign.
It was not what was promised in that initial campaign trailer for Halo 2. That trailer was amazing, where you're Chief and you're on Earth in a city, you're walking around, you're like shooting, and then all of a sudden, Sergeant's like, or some guy's like, here, Chief, you're gonna need these, and then you pull out your dual SMGs, and everybody in the crowd's like, oh my gosh, he's got 2, and then you go shooting, and you kind of like loop around, and then like this ghost is coming at you, and you jump up on the ghost, and you kick the dude out, and it's like, oh my gosh, you can.
But that was all in the game. That
What?
literally was all in the game.
that
It just wasn't presented in the same way.
The correct, and the way they did present it was garbage.
It was cinematic.
All of the cinematics were. They didn't finish rendering in time.
Do you remember it was a rushed game?
Because they said either we'd have really long load screens between cinematics, or the cinematics will look like garbage. And we said, let's have the cinematics look like garbage.
No, but it was
that
a
was their
rushed
answer.
game too, though.
It was rushed.
very, like Microsoft was like, you need to publish this.
Everything that was in that demo was all smoke and mirrors.
It was pre-rendered. They said it. Yeah. Which kind of stinks. I get it.
Yeah.
It does. It did
It was
lead up
very
to
unfortunate.
but the story itself, I enjoyed.
It was
I
garbage.
enjoyed the
No,
campaign.
didn't like it.
Oh my god, salty.
I know, dude. Seriously. Well, we know who
As
he's
soon
gonna
as
vote
soon as
for.
the Covenant started talking, I'm like, I'm out.
No way.
That's not part of that. That was not part of.
Did
any
you read
of
the books
lore.
before that?
I read all the books before, and they speak in a
Ah.
language that you don't understand, and now all of a sudden everybody understands it. I was
Well,
like,
they
no,
had to.
Well,
don't like
yeah.
it. I appreciate building the lore of the,
Yeah.
but it just I didn't like it.
I liked it.
Yeah. Resident Evil 4 though.
Yeah, it's gonna be Resident Evil 4.
I mean, Halo 2 was great, and I have some fond memories.
Yeah, but it wasn't industry changing.
No, I mean, well, it led to. You could argue it led to the online multiplayer game because that really did.
I feel like that was gonna.
That was the most popular game at the time.
It was gonna be inevitable.
Speaking of industry changing games, this next round might be tough. Probably not, but it might be. It may not be tough when you hear the second game, but the first game, 2003's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Ooh, that plot twist. I'll never forget the plot twist. Which, well, okay.
Did you forget the plot twist?
No.
Which way?
Off topic, slightly. Was it you? You were Darth who? Who were you?
I didn't play it. My brother played it. I watched him play it, but I didn't play it.
So do you remember the story at all? Then?
No. I don't know anything about it.
Did you play it?
No.
Oh God.
So if you win forecasting this year, make sure that's what we play.
Yeah, seriously. Oh wait, are they?
No.
This was BioWare, right?
The server's still on.
This was the Mass Effect predecessor.
This was the first. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was the first BioWare game I played. That's KOTOR, man. Oh my God, what a game!
Like people talk about it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
KOTOR and KOTOR 2, man. I want a KOTOR 3.
You wouldn't have Dragon Age. You wouldn't have Mass Effect without this.
That was light side and dark side. You could be either a Sith or a Jedi. Your appearance changed. Oh man, what a game. Okay, yeah. What's the other one?
Oh well, the other one's gonna win then. Spoilers. Came out in 2004. It is a game that everybody has been asking for a sequel for a long time. A legendary sequel that will never come out.
Half-Life 2?
Half-Life 2.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna win.
yeah, Half-Life 2 wins.
Yeah, it's gonna win. Half-Life 2! You've never played it either.
I know, I did play it. I had it on the orange box. I got pretty far. I never beat it.
You
never beat it?
I didn't like it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I have really weird game opinions, apparently.
Well,
but
you
no,
did.
I just...
I'll never forget the first time I let you play it, and you were like, Halo 2 did the... Or, Halo 2 had ragdoll physics. I'm like, no, but the gravity gun! Like, the gravity gun. The climax with the gravity gun. I mean, who cares? Spoilers, I guess.
You don't even know, like, why there's so much thirst for episode 3.
And there was episodes 1 and 2 of Half-Life 2, right?
Yeah, so there's Half-Life 1, which you can borrow. It's right there.
I have it on 360.
Oh, you have? Okay.
No, he has Half-Life 2.
It's like $5 nowadays on Steam.
We're talking about the first Half-Life.
But
the very first Half-Life.
Oh, the first Half-Life.
Yeah,
sorry.
the first Half-Life is right. That's
which was
Black Knight
also
one right
revolutionary because the first Half-Life was very cinematic.
Yes.
And no other shooter in '98 did that.
Exactly. So you have the first shooter. I'm sorry. You have the first Half-Life. Then you have Half-Life 2, Episode 1,
6
and
years
Episode
later,
2,
holy moly!
which just
They were like, "Hey, what if we make a game where it's literally physics? Oh, here you go. Have a gun. You can control physics, everything. I mean,
I just didn't like those head crabs. They took so long to kill.
yeah, a lot of things took long to kill, but I mean,
And then you're like in a boat driving and driving and driving.
it did have a
driving.
pacing. It did have a pacing issue. The boat, and then there was another part on a little like go-kart where you're going around the countryside, and those definitely were really long. But I think they did it like looking back, it was more for world building purposes. Like, this was a genuine huge world and a journey because you start off in the city.
Yep.
You escape, and then by the end of the game, you're back. You're way stronger, and you're like your gravity gun. Spoilers. It's like it's crazy powered up. I forget what it was that gave you the power, but like you went from only being able to pick up objects to literally picking up people and disintegrating them. Oh my lord! That
or like picking up energy, like you remember
the balls,
the little balls. Yes, and then you shoot it and go.
Yeah,
like,
and people just like literally turn into like the gravity shifts and it like just melt away. It's so cool.
So I've already written Half-Life 2 in. I don't think we need to discuss.
What's the other one though?
It was Coder.
It was Coder.
Oh right.
Yeah.
You already forgot about it, man.
All right, last matchup, and then we're gonna be able to use boosts.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
All right. Grand Theft Auto 3 from 2001.
GTA 3, man.
I played a lot of this game.
Life changing.
Yeah.
This was the one that
This changed everything.
I think I got a free copy in college
that
was
really?
circulating.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, GTA 3, I mean, it changed the landscape. After that, it was like, we need to make sandbox games like this.
Yeah.
I feel like we've talked a lot about Grand Theft Auto, so I'm just going to
that's fine. We can go to that.
mosey past that to 2003's The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
Wind Waker's a good game.
Wind Waker,
GTA 3.
Wind Waker was open world.
The only
Kinda,
kind of but the only thing that people complained about initially when it came to Wind Waker was just his art style.
Oh yeah, well nobody wanted that.
It was the only really big divisive thing.
But at first, in hindsight, everybody loves it.
Oh no,
Oh, yeah.
no. That's the first game that brought over this Zelda fan thing where like Zelda fans see the first game, oh I don't want it. The first review, oh I hate it, I don't want it. They played, oh it's actually a good game.
Yeah.
Later on they're like, oh my god, it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Because the next game isn't enough for them, and then it's like literally continues a cycle.
Yeah. Except for with Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that was like, oh this is amazing.
That's like, as from what I can remember, one of the first cel shaded games I ever played.
Wind Waker?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And it was like,
too.
wow, I didn't realize this was a design that
style,
you could do in
yeah.
a game. This is pretty cool.
Yeah. I really like Wind Waker.
Did you get the HD version?
I did.
Yeah.
That's the Wii U that I bought.
The sailing.
The moment that like the Switch releases Virtual Console and you can buy that on there,
Assuming you can.
do it, Nintendo.
Yeah.
I will buy it.
Yeah.
They're waiting for the Breath of the Wild sales to die down. And then
No pun intended.
Died.
Sales.
Wow.
How did I catch?
Genuinely unintended.
I'm like, breath? Dying down? No. Classic. Good one.
Oh, I think.
No, man. Honestly, like out of the two, I would go with
Wind Waker.
Heck yes.
Sorry, Grand Theft.
Yeah.
Sorry, Grand Theft Auto.
I mean, you guys can. Honestly, I think I would have gone for 3.
Really?
GTA 3. I mean, come on, man. GTA 3.
Really?
It did a lot, man. GTA 3 did
But
a lot.
today, knowing that the both experiences and
Are
you,
the same. I would play Wind Waker over GTA 3,
exactly,
yeah.
Somebody that's never played it.
Yeah, Wind Waker.
You know what's
Exactly.
funny? Of the 3 Grand Theft Auto games on this list, 3 and Vice City were the ones that didn't make it, and 4 is the one that did.
Wow. How about that?
All right, so for the next few rounds, there's actually only going to be 6 opportunities to do this. You can use a boost.
All right.
Okay.
All right?
Sounds good.
I boost. No.
All right, so we're going back to the beginning. Call of
Katamari.
Call of Duty Modern
Why is
Warfare
that?
2 versus Halo Combat Evolved.
Call of Duty.
Modern Warfare 2.
Dang.
I like Halo, but Modern Warfare 2 just, 8 years later. It's an 8-year development.
You know, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I think I'll let it slide. I probably would have... Actually, that's... Gosh. No, I'll let it slide. We'll let Call of Duty slip through there. Super Mario Galaxy versus Grand Theft Auto 4.
Galaxy for me. I love Grand Theft Auto 4, but Galaxy for me.
Galaxy. And the only reason I'm
It's
saying
unanimous.
that is because of the Metacritic score. I didn't play it, but
It's unanimous.
That's
We're
a
going
series. Galaxy 1 and 2 is a series that I would love for Nintendo to release on the Switch. They can. It has to waggle. You can play it. Yeah.
Here's one you're not going to like. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess versus
Don't tell me.
Resident Evil 4.
No, that's easy for me.
Yeah.
As much as I like TP, it's Twilight.
Resident Evil 4?
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Resident 4, man.
Resident Evil 4 is
What a
moving on.
friggin' game.
I know, man.
We may not need boost at all. We're all pretty much agreeing. Half-Life 2 versus The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
Oh,
I'm going with Wind Waker on that one.
Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2, man. Half-Life 2, dude. I mean, Wind Waker got a sequel. Like Half-Life 2 doesn't. Wind Waker got 2 sequels, as a matter of fact. Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks.
Oh, those don't count.
They
do
so
count.
I'm joking.
Shut
they
up.
so count.
Like
I would
actually
say I would
sequels.
say Half-Life, man.
Yeah. I love my Wind Waker, but Half-Life 2.
I'm not going to incur the wrath of the internet by boosting
Wind Waker, a
over
rush
Half-Life.
game over Half-Life 2?
All right, well, there's only 2 more opportunities for boost now.
Dang.
So
We're going through this
So
fast.
one of us aren't going to be able to use boost. At least. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, 2? Again?
Yep. It won.
Okay.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 versus Super Mario Galaxy. I have to go Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I think you two would. No, I think do I want to boost? Yes.
You're gonna boost it?
Yeah, Galaxy.
Galaxy.
Dang.
I'm going to boost Galaxy.
What would you have said, Rodolfo?
Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I mean, it makes sense for both of you. Y'all never played Galaxy.
Well, I have a
And Modern
Wii
You never played it.
because I didn't care enough to get
You
it.
should have. You should have.
All right,
Just
well,
saying.
Super Mario Galaxy moves on.
Hey.
And then, last opportunity for a boost, Rudy, if you or I want to do it, is Resident Evil 4 versus Half-Life 2.
Oh, that's actually really hard. That's actually really hard,
I will
man.
throw my hat down on Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. Like, I'm leaning more towards 4 right now. I really am, but God, Half-Life 2. Fuck it, I'm gonna go with 4.
I'm gonna go with 4. Yeah.
Wow,
Because,
unanimous.
Here's the thing. Valve has shown no love.
No, Capcom is at least trying.
Yeah, and like with Biohazard, like they kind of went back to their roots a little.
Biohazard, old Japanese.
RE7.
Yeah. Oh my God, I haven't played it yet, but I've heard nothing but good things.
Okay.
He owns it if you want to borrow it.
Which one?
Don't you own RE7?
No. Yes.
Yeah, you want to
you bought it on
Black
Black
Friday.
Yeah, it's in the
Friday.
plastic wrap. Sorry.
Yeah, you can open it for him.
I know.
All right. So booster done. No more boosting.
All right, cool.
For the remainder of this thing. All right. So now this is finishing off the Conference A.
Okay.
Then we're gonna go to Conference B.
Cool.
So we need to decide between Super Mario Galaxy and Resident Evil 4.
I'm gonna go with 4. Resi 4.
It's gonna be Resident Evil 4 then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Resi 4. I mean, Galaxy.
Congrats, Resident Evil 4.
Galaxy did
Wow.
such good things though. Like, but Resi 4, I think overall just did more for me. God, I love Galaxy.
All right. Resident Evil 4 is moving on to the finals. So now let's put all that aside. We're gonna start over with 4 more games. So we're gonna talk about them and vote on them. First one from 2007. This is one of my favorites. BioShock.
BioShock 1.
BioShock
Did a lot
1.
right. Did a lot right.
Unlike Bioshock 2 or Infinite.
Thank you.
BioShock had such a great new way of presenting a story in
Yep.
games.
Yep.
I mean that plot twist.
Would you kindly?
That plot, when that happens and you're like, you kind of like see it on the wall at first, so it shows you,
Yeah.
and you're like, well, that's
Yeah.
he's taunting me, and then you go in and talk to Andrew Ryan. This is all spoilers, and he's like, would you kindly stand up? And you do it, and you're like, oh my God!
I had no
I've
choice
had this whole time.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
Games are about
good.
choice, right? Games are like, you do what you want essentially, and then you're thinking, oh, I'm just doing it because that's my objective. I'm choosing this bullshit. You were not, my friend. What a great.
And when Frank Fontaine reveals himself as Atlas, and it's just like,
dude, would you didn't Andrew Ryan say, would you kindly kill me? And you
Yeah.
take the freaking golf club and just.
I always thought that was a little weird. I'm like,
Yeah.
why are you committing suicide? I don't get it. I didn't get it. Maybe he was just like, my city's destroyed. I've got nothing left.
I think it was just done.
He could have been just done.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But what? It's what's the word? It's a blank listens.
a red herring? Oh, a red herring.
A blank listens, a slave obeys. And that's what
Oh.
he's saying over and over as you're beating him to death with a club. Is it a man listens?
Maybe.
Gosh, I
What a
remember
game.
what that is.
What in the intro too? That whole like discovering
Yep.
rapture and like you being on the plane crashing, the lighthouse.
The cinematic that they showed, like when they introduced the game, which
Oh,
was very
Big Daddy?
violent, it
Yeah.
was like, whoa, what
That was
kind of game is
CGI
this?
too, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're like, here's a demo, and I remember playing the demo
I remember.
in the dark, and I get all the way down into Rapture in the bathysphere, and then oh gosh, what are they called? The bad guys.
You're
in the
right.
game.
Big Daddy?
Not
No,
the big
no, no, no,
daddies,
no,
just
no.
the regular enemies.
Oh, Splicers?
Splicers,
Splicers,
thank
yeah.
you. One of the spider ones that have the hooks on the
Yes,
hands.
they climb everywhere.
Like there was a guy like, oh, you made it, and then the splicer comes out and like murders him, and all the lights go out, and you see blood spray over the door of the bathysphere, and then the splicer disappears, and then the door opens.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I remember putting down the controller and walking out of the room. I was like, nope. Such a good game, and I finished that demo. I was like, I'm all in.
Oh, yeah,
and the game
BioShock.
delivered.
Oh, yeah.
It delivered so hard. You know what else delivered? 2009's Uncharted 2: Among Thieves.
Oh man. Oh man.
The storytelling in that game.
That had
The pacing.
yes.
The set pieces.
The
set
cinematics.
pieces. Like
the graphically. I played.
Uncharted 2 to this day still hasn't been topped by that series. I don't think
No.
like
That
Uncharted
was
4
the
came
peak of it.
close. 4 came close.
Not for
Dude,
me.
the lull.
Not for me.
Like, what was it, Act 2?
Yeah, when you go to Scotland.
Yes. It just, what are you doing?
Even the
I didn't say
slow
it beat it. I just said it came close.
I don't think
Much
it-
closer than 1 or 3 ever would have.
I think 3 was
One.
still closer because what happened with that series was Uncharted 2
We got
had the
some hot
perfect
opinions
balance.
over here.
No, look. Uncharted 2 had the perfect balance of set piece and storytelling and narrative driven like character interactions. 3 was like, yo, all set piece after set piece after set piece.
Yeah,
Yep.
3
It
had-
lost a lot of the character interaction.
Yeah.
4 is like all character interaction, all
Yep.
story, very little set pieces. It was a
Yep.
more intimate story, which worked for the story. But as a game, I was like,
There was the driving down the city and then chasing
that was
and
the
then
best set piece.
grabbing the
Yep.
thing. And
That
then
was
on
the
motorcycle.
one best set piece. Uncharted 2
The
had
one
like
that they
5.
showed.
They only showed half of it at E3.
No, they showed all of it. The day later, they were like, "Here's the extended trailer."
Oh, well, whatever.
I mean, like it's unfortunate because yes, they did show it. The best. Oh my god, the build up to that, being in the tower, like. But Uncharted 2 just had like 4 of them that were really memorable, and they all built up so well. I mean, even though we all remember the train in Uncharted 2 going from the jungle to the snow to the helicopter to the literally beginning of the game where he's hanging on, what incredible! And even though Uncharted 2 had that, I still won't forget getting into what was the city called? Shangri-La?
Was it Shangri-La in that one?
Yeah.
The first one was El Dorado.
Yeah. It was Shangri-La.
Yeah.
And like you get in there and like you're in this top piece. The blue guys are coming in.
Oh, that's right, the blue guys.
The like place where you're on starts crumbling down. You're literally sliding down a mountain, fighting these blue. That shit blew my mind, man.
What was the name of the bad guy?
Oh, I forgot
Was
his
it
name.
Vladimir or Dmitri or something like that?
Demetrius?
No, I think it was Dmitri something. He was some Russian big dude
Well, yeah.
with a scar on his face.
Yeah.
Found some superpowers or whatever.
Yeah, wasn't it like the Tree of Life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a tough one. BioShock versus Uncharted 2. I think, I mean, they each do unique things in ways that other games at that point hadn't yet
I'll
done.
go with BioShock. Simply because Uncharted 2, as much as I love Naughty Dog and as much as I love those games, more so too, it still is a sum of its parts. Naughty Dog took things that they've learned from their years of developing and taking ideas from other games and just said, let's put them together and let's do it really well. BioShock did something different with its storytelling, did something different with its gameplay.
Well,
the
it was
plasmid
System Shock.
system. I mean, yeah, it was System Shock.
But the twist,
Yeah. Like it just.
I don't want to hang my hat on that being the only thing.
No,
But the twist is the other thing.
The whole like Atlas Rises, like the whole Ayn Rand.
and also, but not just that, also the setting. Literally, the underwater setting, city, like that. Uncharted 2 didn't do that.
The water effects in that game.
Yeah, it looked amazing.
So good.
Yeah. Unreal Engine 3, baby. So I'm gonna go with BioShock. Personally, I'm gonna go with that.
I hate this because they're both good. Like
They both are
really,
really
good.
Uncharted 2, man. Those graphics too.
Uncharted 2, I played and beat
Oh, and the multiplayer too.
like 4 or 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
Like on each setting, difficulty.
Yeah.
BioShock, I played once. To give you an idea,
I did too.
So, are you going with Uncharted?
I'm going with Uncharted. Like,
I already know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think so too.
because like with me, the BioShock was great, but that twist only has an impact once.
It really does, actually. Good point.
It only has an impact
Once
once.
you know the secret, it's kind of like, okay, well, I can't re-experience that.
You can still appreciate it.
You-
Oh, yeah, no,
there's
I'm not
nothing
saying
wrong
that,
with
yeah.
You can
that.
still appreciate the moment-to-moment immersion in
Yeah,
the game.
yeah.
The ending sucked.
The endings
Oh,
that suck
yeah.
big time.
Depending
that
on-
boss fight was blah.
And then like after with like the, it was disappointing. Uncharted 2,
Had a great ending.
I'm gonna go with BioShock.
boost.
Oh, well, we can't
No, we
boost
can't.
Oh, we can't?
No,
Dang.
booster done. Booster gone.
Damn. That would have been a good boost, though.
No,
Yeah.
and that's not knocking Uncharted. I mean,
It's
know
a difficult thing.
I mean, it took the Gears of War cover system, but
No, absolutely. That's
It
that's
did.
what I'm trying to say.
It's the Apple of the video game industry.
I was
That's
trying
what
to
I'm-
just poke fun, but I guess
No.
I agree.
No,
which
I
Gears,
agree
of
with
War,
you.
which Gears of War took from Kill Switch, an older
Oh
04
my
game.
god, Kill Switch! What?
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
I mean, it wasn't like a great game, but that was the first
That
like,
was-
oh, this cover system's
do
kind of
you,
neat.
do you remember seeing it in arcades?
No, I never played it in
No.
arcades.
Oh man.
You know what I don't remember seeing in arcades?
What?
2008's Little Big Planet.
That's really on here.
That is on the list. It was Little Big Planet and Grand Theft Auto 4 in 2008.
8?
Yep.
Where was Guns to the Patriots? Metal Gear Solid 4.
Lower on the list.
Wow.
Shut up.
Little Big Planet, the first one when it came out, because of the newness of
the whole
creativity and build your own levels, like that took a lot of people by storm.
That
was one of the first big PS3 games.
It was, and I played it.
Like Sackboy was their mascot for
a while.
For a while.
That was the game. I remember coming to your old place,
and you were like,
I was like, wow, I'm gonna go buy a PS3 now. I bought a PS3 for
Little Big Planet,
and Lost on Blu-ray.
Oh my god,
Lost. That's ending ever.
Little Big Planet was.
He bought a PS3 for Metal Gear Solid.
Literally
4.
the day that it came out, I bought the bundle.
Yeah, Metal Gear.
Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah.
Sons of the Patriots.
Guns of the Patriots.
Guns of the Patriots.
It was Sons of Liberty was the second one.
Yeah.
But did you like Little Big Planet?
Yeah. I dabbled in it. I did a few levels, so I tried. And then I played the story. But like Little Big Planet, like such crappy platforming. It's a platformer with crap platforming.
Shapoop.
Shapoopy. It's just really bad. Like the gameplay of the game, honestly, is bad. It has bad gameplay. It's just a really good level creator, an amazing level creator at that. And Little Big Planet 2 got even better. You can make a first person shooter in Little Big Planet.
They
2.
did.
Yeah, that's incredible.
They put Metal Gear Solid 4 elements in Little Big
That's
Planet 2.
right.
There's a level,
That's right.
a
The
DLC,
DLC,
and everything
yeah.
where you play a Solid Snake.
But honestly, Little Big Planet has crap gameplay. It really does. A platformer with bad platforming is not a good game.
What did you think, Rodolfo?
I loved it. I mean, but then again,
Literally,
I'm not as versed in platforming as this guy. But I enjoyed it.
I mean, you played Super Mario World, right?
Yeah.
That's all you need. A 16-year-old game at that time, it's like, oh, this is better than this game.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it for what it was, but
Yeah.
they didn't need too many more sequels.
No, I
Oh my
agree.
God.
It's beating a dead
when
horse.
they were like, look, it's Little Big Planet 3, and I think the sales for that were just abysmal.
They were pretty bad.
Then they were like, okay, franchise is dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a franchise that's coming back to life.
Ooh.
It's not necessarily a platformer, but you would probably say it has better platforming
Oh my god.
than Little Big Planet. It's from 2002.
Okay.
It's not a platformer, but it has platforming in it.
Okay.
This is our last game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build some suspense.
I know.
Best game of all
I
time.
have a good idea, but
It has a long-awaited sequel, not necessarily because from the story. I don't
Kingdom
think,
Hearts 1 came out in 02?
but just because there are other games in the franchise.
Oh,
This
okay.
is the first one. Everybody's waiting on the next entry.
Is it Kingdom Hearts? No, it's not Kingdom Hearts. That was like an 8.
2002. It was on the GameCube.
Beyond Good and Evil?
Metroid Prime.
Oh my god. Duh!
duh. I'm so voting for that.
Yeah, there's Little Big Planet? Come
on.
Get out of here.
I mean, I know that you set it up and it's kind of random, but
Oh
Metroid
my god,
Prime.
Metroid.
Come on, man.
That is, I think I went on record somewhere that I said if I had to pick a perfect game, it'd be Metroid Prime. That is a perfect game. That is a 10 out of 10 on our scale. I would put that as a perfect visuals, music, like story,
gameplay,
game, everything.
I would love to replay Prime.
I would love to erase
It's
my
been
memory
such a
of
long
Prime
time.
and everything that happened in between.
They're
the
all there if you
Yeah, I was
play
gonna
it.
say. I think it's there. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Prime and
no,
Prime
that's
2.
Prime Echoes.
Yeah, Prime 2 was also very good.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime was right there on top.
Yep.
They're going down.
Underneath Final
There it
Fantasy
is.
10. And on top of Killzone.
What a freak!
My brother got that game, and I didn't know if I was gonna be into it, but just the way like it highlights enemies and stuff in the environment and the whole
Scanning.
the
Lighting
whole-
and seeing
they
your visor
they pulled off the
reflection.
Metroidvania.
Yes.
Metroidvania.
Well, it is Metroid, but they pulled that off in the 3D
In
space,
3D, they the formula in
and
3D.
it was like, oh my gosh, this is
And that was
really,
the main
really good.
concern because first Nintendo gave it to a Texas-based studio, Retro Studios. It went 3D first-person shooter. And
At the time, they didn't have that much pedigree either, Retro.
hell no, that's what I'm saying. Like people were like really concerned. They're like, wait, an American studio, it's a shooter. How are you going to do Super Metroid in 3D as a shooter, no less?
Right.
And they pulled it off. Like
on the Nintendo. Oh no, it was GameCube.
it
Sorry,
was GameCube. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had dual analog
They
sticks.
skipped N64 altogether.
They did, but they didn't use a dual analog stick control scheme.
No.
It was very weird. You held R to like actually look around. The C stick
That's
was used to
right.
switch between the weapons,
And then you
and
would
then you
lock
hold
on,
L with
and you would strafe.
Yeah.
Oh man, but it worked. It freaking I
it worked
love
beautifully.
Metroid Prime.
So Little Big Planet or Metroid Prime?
Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime,
Ooh, that's not
hands
even a
down.
question.
Come on, man.
Little Big who?
I peed my pants this past E3.
I know. Oh,
Prime 4!
Metroid Prime 4.
All right.
Switch.
So
Ah,
I think I know where this is gonna go, but
Metroid Prime wins. Yeah.
Bioshock versus Metroid Prime.
Yeah, I'm
Prime
gonna go
for
Metroid
me.
Prime.
Okay. Metroid Prime.
I think would you have voted for Bioshock?
I don't. I played most of Metroid Prime. I don't remember if I beat it or not.
Oh, Metroid.
I got very far into it. I know I
no,
played
it wasn't
a lot.
Metroid. Like you literally fight Metroid Prime,
Yeah.
the big blue thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but it's because it's been so long, and I've replayed Bioshock so many more times. I think I'd go with Bioshock, but not knocking Metroid Prime.
Dude,
I can't.
Metroid Prime is
All right, so here it is. We're at the finale.
Nintendo makes good games.
Our finals. The final two games on the best of 2000s list are Metroid Prime and Resident Evil 4.
Metroid Prime.
Mm-hmm.
It's unanimous. Metroid Prime is
Resident
the
Evil
best
4.
game.
Dude,
Of the
RE4
2000s.
did a lot, but
Metroid Prime did so much.
and
Right.
like I don't know if it was because nobody expected it to be that
I think
good.
it was an expectation thing, and also just the design. Everything looked cool. I felt cool being Samus.
Dude, that initial scene on the pirate ship,
Yeah.
where you like go in and you're just kind of like,
And you fight the Parasite Queen,
beep, beep, beep,
like
beep. And
the
then you
music.
go in, beautifully.
Literally the main menu, like the static, and like
Yes.
the
Yes.
oh my, yeah.
So congratulations, Metroid Prime. Let us know if you agreed with that or if you disagreed. Some of the other things you may have agreed or disagreed with during the voting process. Let us know
in the comments below.
Hey,
all right. So that was fun.
I gotta pee again.
Can you hold it?
Sure.
Okay. We're almost done. Almost done. All right, so now we're going to do our forecasting segment.
Okay.
This is our first one of 2018.
Yay.
Matt is not here.
Because he's a loser.
Damn.
And so this is a metagame that we play throughout all of our podcasts where we try to guess the future on certain things. Typically it's Metacritic scores, but every once in a while we'll change it up and do something else. We get points for whoever's closest, and at the end of the year, whoever has the most points gets to pick a game, and we all have to play that game, and then we're going to do a special video about our time with that game. Matt actually won for 2017, so we're getting a leg up on him this time. We haven't super finalized it, but tentatively it sounds like we're going to be playing a game called Crosscode, which is an early access RPG on Steam.
Looks awesome.
It looks really good.
I haven't even seen it yet.
It looks
awesome.
kind of like a Chrono Trigger meets Ys meets Kingdom Hearts with Phantasy Star music.
Yeah.
It looks really good. But it is unfinished, so I don't know what our guideline's going to be for it. But we have until March 31st to play it.
Sounds good.
Assuming that's the final game, but I'm pretty sure that it will be. And then I'll do a video on that when we're done. But for now, so we're all back to 0 points.
Yeah.
On Metacritic. Excuse me, on forecasting. But we are going to be selecting our thoughts on what the Metacritic score is going to be for Monster Hunter World.
You put 100, didn't you?
Now, something you guys don't know about, and we'll get to it in the future, this will affect some of our other metagames, such as the job class system, which we will talk about in a little while.
Okay.
So who would like to reveal their Monster Hunter World Metacritic score first?
I'll go first. It's an 89.
89?
God damn it.
Don't tell me you went 89 too.
I did.
Screw you! No!
This always happens. Somebody always has the same score. You guys both picked 89?
I genuinely picked 89 as well.
Why do you guys think it'll be sub 90?
Let me hear your opinion. Why?
Well, it's kind of dumb, but I don't think it's going to get into 90s at all. Just because in comparison to the rest of the games and the pedigree that those other games in the 90s have, I don't know. I just see it having an 89. I know that there's going to be some things that critics will not find, I guess,
attractive. Or
yeah.
It's not a mass market game.
Exactly.
Capcom is
it's
trying.
Very niche.
Capcom is trying their hardest to make it with the set pieces, with a much more robust single player, obviously much better graphics.
Yeah.
Their games before, I believe, have broken 90 on Metacritic.
Yeah.
I believe, I think Monster Hunter 4U did 91, 92. I think. I'll check it later. But my personal opinion is that too. It's just not a mass market game. It has the big open areas. It has it's gonna have the look of a mass market game, but when when people get into the gameplay, if it doesn't click for them, it's not going to click.
No.
And they're trying their damnness. I mean, I played the bow and I was like, wow, the bow is actually really fun now compared to older games. But I don't think it'll break. I hope it does. I want it to be like a 95, 96. But
not going to happen.
I'm just being
I don't think
realistic.
it's going to happen.
I think now it could go a couple different ways. If they're looking at story and the story is good, it's not going to do 90s. If they don't care about story at all, it might get into the 90s.
But the gameplay alone will carry that story, and I hope it clicks with more people.
I'm hoping that it doesn't.
Why?
For the sake of this, because I chose 87.
Wow. Okay.
I went with an 87.
Wow. Usually you're the optimist out of all of us.
I was trying to
keep yourself in check.
Keep it down. I was trying to bring it down a bit. So if it's 87 or below, I get a point. 89 and up, you both get a point. 88, we all get a point over Matt.
Get a point, right?
Hopefully we get an 88.
An 88 would be a sweet spot.
Yeah. I wouldn't want it to be 88 though. Freaking Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I think, did 88 or 87. And that was a very divisive game.
it probably
there was a lot of Kotaku literally was a no.
It deserved a lot lower than an 88.
Yeah.
It did.
So if Monster Hunter World gets an 88, I would be personally sad because I know it's going to put a lot of people off of it, even though it doesn't deserve it. I know it doesn't deserve it.
Do you think that the Dark Souls or the Souls fans are going to enjoy Monster Hunter World?
It's nothing like Souls.
No, but I mean because there's a grind behind it. Based on what I know.
Yeah,
there's a grind behind it. The battles are long.
Very long battles, yeah.
And
you will get punished for your mistakes.
Exactly.
That's I guess if Souls fans want a game where it does punish you for your mistakes, then yeah, Monster Hunter never has felt, sometimes more for broken hitboxes, but Monster Hunter never has felt like, wow, this shit is cheap. I am losing to the game. No, it's like I goofed up. I should have either potioned. I said potted. That's it. Potioned. At a later time, or I should have been more careful.
It was too aggressive. Yeah.
Correct. It always feels like your mistake, which I love. Mm-hmm. Love. So yeah, there's potential for crossover there. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't want a listener that likes Souls to think they're gonna get a Souls-like experience, because it is nothing like the Souls games. Only on that aspect of it. Yeah. There's no health bars.
That's why you gave it an 87.
No, that's not. I'm trying to predict what we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
All right, so that's essentially it for our podcast this time. But I do have some TGR related things to share. So we talked at the beginning about some new meta games that we're going to be playing throughout the year, in addition to the forecasting. So one of them is we have a new job class system. So at the intro, we introduced ourselves as Squires. So Squire is the bottom of the bottom tier job class. And basically throughout the year and possibly into next year, we'll be getting promotions based on participation. So by participating in today's podcast, we each get a promotion point.
Hey.
And when you collect enough promotion points for the job class you're in, you get promoted to the next level. I'd have to go back and look. It's on our website at thegamingresume.com. Actually, no, it's gaming-resume.com. Mm-hmm. Check it out. It shows what it is to get from Squire to the next level, which off the top of my head, I think we only needed the 1 point.
Nice.
So, we got promoted!
But I don't remember what the promotion is.
Oh, that's good. Paladin.
I was in a rush this morning
Red
and
Mage.
Forgot that kind of stuff. Red Mage is on the list somewhere.
Ooh, I want to be Red
but
Mage.
it's further down the line.
Went out of
So it's not just for introducing ourselves as something. It is going to govern participation. So when we bring on a new face, we're not going to have them participate in our Game of the Year awards until they've been in enough videos.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because we don't want our viewers to be like, who's this and why do we care about their opinions?
Yeah.
So certain series you won't be able to participate in until you've leveled up enough. Podcasts such as this, anybody can be in. So this is going to be the starting point for a lot of faces, any new faces that we have. It's also going to be a way for us to gain perks. For example, if you get to a certain rank, you get an extra boost during our team building event. Or if you get to a certain rank, you get a straight up extra point for forecasting at the end of the year, even if you didn't do so well.
Yeah.
Here's an extra point.
Sweet.
So there's some of that stuff in there. So check it out on our website, and
I might need that.
You guys need to check it out too. And then the other metagame, which I'm kicking myself, I had it all set up and then I forgot to bring it. We're gonna do our own little collectible type meta thing, specifically based around Pokemon.
Hey.
So we thought about, based on participation or based on people winning intramural tournaments or whatever, we'd give them a booster pack, a Pokemon booster pack, and then we can see who can collect the most Pokemon in unique Pokemon cards. But then we realized that's going to get pretty expensive pretty quick. So what I did is I developed a script, a macro in Excel that will randomly and automatically generate, based on the first 151 Pokemon, commons, uncommons, rares, and a legendary, a wild card, and some foils. And based on participants, you'll get certain cards out of the booster pack, and you want to try and collect them all. If you get foils, then you get extra promotion points, so you can trade it in for promotion points. There's some other, maybe some passive effects to cards that we'll look at. So that's coming. I didn't bring it today, so we'll open that booster pack next time. But that'll just be for the three of us, because Matt was not here.
Right.
But it'll be a booster pack that three of us will split. So check that out on the website too. Like I said, all of that is at gaming-resume.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter at the Gaming Résumé. We're on Facebook, so send us a like over there.
Yes.
And again, our website's gaming-resume.com. Leave us any comments, any feedback.
Any questions. We will look at some of those and maybe respond to some of them on future podcasts if we see any that spark our interest. So feel free to do that. And
also, when you do subscribe, make sure that you actually click on that little bell on the side, just so that you get every single update in every video that we get.
Is that what the bell does?
Yeah, it notifies you.
Yeah.
Like you get a notification on your phone. Hey, TGR updated or uploaded this video.
Nice.
Yeah.
We promise we won't upload too much.
It'll be quality content.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, cool.
That's
awesome.
the end.
Boom.
Take care, guys.
Laters.
Like what you saw? Check out some of our other videos and be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with our latest content. Thanks for your support and thanks for watching.